Welcome back to the Switch Natural podcast. My name is Andrea Dar. I am obsessed with non-toxic products and helping you live a cleaner lifestyle without the overwhelm. Today, I want to talk about cosmetic recalls because they're not at all what you think. They can happen to companies of all sizes, and the reasons for recalls are different and may surprise you. And even if a product is recalled, it doesn't mean that the next product that the company puts out is safe. From a regulatory perspective, up until 2020, FDA did not have the authority to force a recall. That means even if thousands of people complained about a product harming them, that product did not have to be forced from the shelf. Now, we saw this play out with when hair care had over 20,000 consumers complain that the shampoos were causing their hair to fall out, causing scalp irritation, but when simply dug in their heels. They did face a class action lawsuit, but the products were not pulled from the shelves. Since the MOCRA legislation in 2024, which is the first cosmetics legislation in over 80 years, the FDA technically has the authority to recommend a brand to do a recall and eventually force a recall if they choose to do so. But they haven't exercised that right to date since the legislation. Basically, if customers make noise and if the brand chooses to recall a potentially harmful product, exposing themselves to possibly more scrutiny, they get to decide if they're going to remedy it or what they're going to do next. I'll give you two examples of very different recalls I've observed in recent years and show you how they all played out. Huge brands had recalls for aerosol products like Banana Boat sunscreen and Suave antiperspirant. They were contaminated with benzene, which is a carcinogen that comes from the aerosol part of the can, the propane and the butane propellants. Once this information became public, the specific lots that were tested and found to have benzene contamination were pulled from the shelves. Did companies like Banana Boat and Suave change the aerosol or fix the source of the contamination? No, they continue to sell the same products and others with the same aerosol system as those that were affected and recalled. I'll give you another example. A smaller company called Suntegrity found higher mold count in some of the shades of their tinted sunscreen. Suntegrity pulled these products from the shelf and the sunscreen was unavailable for quite a period of time. Suntegrity then reformulated with a new preservative system, which is not a cheap or easy thing to do, especially with a sunscreen. So once I started digging in, I found out all this backstory. This tells me that they are trying to do the right thing by the consumer by choosing to recall and choosing to reformulate. When you hear about a recall, know that it doesn't just affect small companies or bigger companies are immune from this. It can happen to big, small, and it doesn't mean it's a punishment from the top down. And it also doesn't mean that you're protected when that company pulls a product. So if it's from a company you trust, it might be worth looking into the full story. I hope this episode really shed some light on a confusing topic. And if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and let me know what other clean topic you'd like to hear about next.